Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are currently shooting on a different style camera. Let me know what you think below. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay guys, let's see if this actually works. I'm going to show you around the house. This is what needs to be done and what's going to be done. As soon as I start feeling a little better and a little bit stronger, hopefully I can help my husband do some of this stuff. What had happened was last year, my husband and I filed a missing persons report on my brother-in-law, his brother named Steve. I can go into the very long story about that, but that'll be another video. However, part of the story is that there were squatters that were living in this house. We didn't know about it. This house was also way behind in the taxes until the next door neighbor here informed Ron about it. Shh. Sorry, my dog. And come to find out, we had been looking for his brother for a while, especially when we were living in the hotel there for 2 years. We were trying to see if we can move in here and help him out with the bills. Long story short, couldn't find him, and I'll go into the story a little bit more in a different video. However, didn't know what happened to my camera there for a second. However, long story short, there's a lot of damage to this house. We did a lot of remodeling, but some of the stuff I can't do. I'm not strong enough. In this house, you can see this used to have what's left of a fan. Yes, see, doggy. Used to have what's left of a fan, and we had to rewire and put the light on. And part of the ceiling came down. In one of my other videos, I showed, I said, don't even get me started on what was on the ceiling. That's what I'm talking about. Also, they took out door frames. The foundation is in badly need of repair. All the windows were busted, and so we had to have the windows replaced by the organization that's helping us sort of kind of make this livable. Here's a little bit closer look at the wall. This is what I'm talking about, him having to sand. This is a pallet, this is a pallet, not pallet, but sheetrock. This is a separate one. Bless you. And this is a separate one. It took 4 pieces, plus, as you can tell, this is another sheetrock piece. Okay, why are you, here we go. Another sheetrock piece. I'm getting used to this new camera, so bear with me. But there's some damage that was right here. This whole wall was covered in candle wax, and I had both my husband and my son, as well as I did, tried to scrape as much as we could off of it. See, this is the only window that actually has all of its frames. Hello. This is in honor of a particular person. So, I am unbreakable. I survived a narcissist. Every single door had 4 locks on it, or 4 holes on it. Let's see if I can get the light on in here. I don't know whose head went right through that door, but looks painful. But if you also see the door frames, oh, there goes Siren. Look at the door frames. See, this had a swinging chandelier that would hit everybody. There was a really bad hole right there and we couldn't repair it, so we ended up cutting out a shelving to fix it. They also took the thermostat, and so we had to have that replaced. This wall, I know it doesn't look exactly all that great, but we tried. We had to repaint this one wall because it was badly stained with God knows what. Sorry about that. This wall also had to be completely repainted. As you can tell that there's difference between that wall over there and this wall. Still working on the ceiling. There's only so much my son can do, as well as my husband. But this wall was sprayed with God knows what. I have no idea. So we tried to wash it and yeah, it didn't work. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan. Still have to do some plaster work on here. We have this up to keep some of the plaster from falling. These are the only blinds that were left in the house that were still operable. And yes, I know I gotta clean them. And they had, it was horrible in here. They had motor oil. They were changing engine parts in here. It was just horrible. My husband did an awesome job trying to get some of this stuff done. This is the original door to the house. This was found in the kitchen underneath a bunch of other stuff. They had put a different door on that, and it took all 3 of us to put this door back on. I don't know why they took this door down. Don't care. But it's back up there. The glass door that was attached to this front door is completely gone. There is absolutely no curtains on here. This window was shattered beyond belief. And, yeah, we got that fixed. Some of the sheetrock, plaster, paint, whatever it is starting to come down. My husband's gonna work on that as soon as he can. This is normal across the whole entire house. The awful cream colored that we're gonna try to paint back white, and I have no idea what the heck that is around the air conditioner duct. We'll get that taken care of. Behind this bookcase is a huge hole that goes to the garage. We're gonna try to see if we can get that fixed. What you hear in the background is the dryer. we have that coming through here and plugged in to the only dryer area down there. As you can see, we're slowly starting to move in. Still got a bunch of stuff to do. Okay. There was originally a cabinet here and they ripped it down. We're trying to get some of the gray over. We're gonna move the refrigerator over here. We're gonna keep the stove here. This is the stove that I talked about in one of my other videos that the heating element has gone kaput on. So yeah, that's that. This is the back door, and as you can see, the locking mechanism needs to be replaced. We ended up replacing that. This window was the only one that was not shattered, that and the bathroom window. I'm not going to show the bathroom because the bathroom is horrible. Looks like my son didn't do dishes again. But yeah, they messed up one of the cabinet. Actually, they messed up a lot of the cabinets. They yanked off that one. The tile we're still working on. This is just crud from the squatters. My son's room used to be pink and he painted it that color. Let me show you. This is where the furnace used to be, right next to the refrigerator. And they ripped it out, and we've got to work on getting some stuff to put here to make it a little bit flatter. Yeah, there's a huge gaping hole there that's got that board covering it, so we don't have any weird visitors, because trust me, I can't do visitors. The whole backyard was just horrible, and my husband did a great job cutting it down. And then the storage area, apparently the squatters had somebody living in the storage area, and she was charging X amount of money for them to live there, which was horrible. That's my husband's dad's military flag. And that's my husband's dad's record collection. We ended up having to save that because quite a few individuals were trying to bust into the garage. And yeah, that wasn't pretty. There was a huge gaping hole here that was replastered. This was completely gone, and we had to find another one. And this is the door frame. My son did an excellent job on repainting the pillars. It is a tad bit cold out here, yay. Calm down. I know y'all are just doing your jobs. Calm down. So, everybody, let me get into the light here. That is the tour of the house. Actually, instead of me doing another video on the whole situation, oh, there's also another thing. Let me turn on a light in here. That was gone. I have no idea why they would take that down. But there is another bar that goes underneath there that was used to hang up clothes. So this is where we hang up our clothes. That's my daddy. Hi, Daddy. But as you can see, there's a bunch of God knows what on these walls. I cleaned behind my wedding dress. But yeah, I ended up having to put these posters up to cover some of the holes. And behind that card, I put in, my son and I both put in Cat 5 and telephone cable wires. So whenever I do get a TV or whatever, I can watch internet. But that is one of the closets. Okay, as for the story, let me get turned around here. As for the story, when Ron's dad passed away, Steve was living here rent-free, but he had no sense of paying the bills. So he let somebody by the name of Betty Rogers live here. Well, Betty Rogers, not exactly the brightest branch in the Christmas tree. We found, I didn't find, my husband found where she had tried to do this again up in Ohio, and she ended up getting a house. And let's just put it this way, when the people she was living with died, she inherited the house. She sold the house instead of her kids, or the people's kids ended up getting the house. Long story short, fast forward here. She was living here. She was actually living in the room that I'm currently in right now. And she destroyed this place. This place was so nasty. There were so many needles in this place. My husband and my son both had to wear like really good sized gloves. They wouldn't let us talk to Steve. We couldn't find Steve. We couldn't find him anywhere. We traced down a bunch of the ambulance bills that still kept coming to the house. And he's somewhere in Dallas County. If you don't know what the COVID numbers are in Dallas County, it's horrific. And he's homeless in Dallas. So Steve, if you see this video, please come home. We have the house. Okay? We have the house. Anyway, Betty said that he stole a bunch of stuff and whatnot, which was a bunch of BS. My brother-in-law is not intelligent enough to steal anything. He lost his job of quite a long time because of the whole situation. Anyway, long story short, APD didn't want to help us find his brother. And when they did originally do the missing person report, they called, or somebody called the detective that we filed the missing person report with and said all the right numbers, and they closed the case. Well, Steve wasn't exactly smart to keep all of his personal information hidden. So we believe it was Jason or Larry that was posing as Steve for them to close the case. We do not know if Steve is alive. We don't know if he's dead. We would like for him to come home. Even though my son has his room, there's a place on the couch. It's somewhat warm. We're still working on the heater. But yeah, if he doesn't want to come home, sign the paperwork over to my husband, and so my husband can get stuff done in his name for the house. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. I hope you like the new filming. What else? I hope you like the not the animation, but the cartoon for the social media card, as well as the banner up above me. So be safe, be courteous, be independent, and be yourself. Bye for now.